Because time you know day, we dey pray for prosperity. We dey pray, oh God, for national security. We dey pray, oh God, make we no see calamity. We dey pray, oh God, something like Jagbajanti. We dey pray, oh God, jẹ́ ká pọ̀lẹ́ o, jẹ́ ká lòlẹ́ o, ṣé ká lòlẹ́ o, má lọ lọ́lẹ́ wa, jẹ́ má kọ́lé wa, ṣé ká sọ̀dẹ́ o, ṣé fáṣọ̀lẹ́ wa, ṣé má pọ̀lẹ́ o.
That's the situation with Nigeria. When are we going to stop hearing all of these things? No light, no water, no food. The economy is bad. And all of this. Mr. Techno there reached original of this fact this morning. And when will it be the last time that we'll get to hear all of this? I mean, we've heard all of this since when people like us were kids. Now we are adults and we are even parenting children. And up here now we are hearing all of this thing. No light, no this, no that. What a country. What a country. God help Nigeria. All right, let's take you through the papers this morning. 10 minutes gone past 8 a.m. this beautiful day. And of course, the Punch is here, the Vanguard is here, the Sun is also here, as well as the Daily Post newspaper. Well, let's look through them one after the other. Let's begin with the Sun newspaper this morning. Of course, the headlines in today's Sun newspaper, you have these headlines there. This one, Peter Obi's one-time presidency pledge made out of ignorance. This is according to Farouk Aliyu, saying that where Peter Obi is standing by his word, saying, look, I've said it, and that is what will happen. Just one time of 4 years is what I will do. But just as I said on Politics on Melody yesterday, all of those statements by Peter Obi is still raising dust. Some people are saying this, saying that, and all of those shenanigans going on. But no problem. We'll keep the tabs. Yeah, we'll keep our tabs on that happening and much more. But let's see what happens. 2027 is still very far to Nigerians. But to politicians, 2027 is just a few hours away. Okay, so that's the story. Peter Obi's one-time presidency plot made out of ignorance. Farouk Aliyu. Now, criminals, touts now in charge of Nigerian politics. Wow, that should hit below the belt. If our politicians are thinking this should hit below the belt. This is what Falana is saying, that criminal touts are the ones now in charge of politics. What a way to hit at people. Wow. WAEC faces criticisms following a shutdown of a resort portal and panic, fears over flooding. Yeah, flooding everywhere. God have mercy. By-election LP candidates, CSO, storm INEC headquarters, protest exclusion. And Southeast to honor ADC founder Nwosu. And you have 2027 APC breaching electoral laws with Tinubu's endorsement. And of course, this according to ADC. Okay, so ADC talking this morning. All right. All right, still moving on with the headlines this morning. You have this one as well coming through. Still taken from the Sun newspaper. And there's also these headlines there. Cross River PDP regroups, gears for shutdown in 2027. Of course, 2027 APC breaching electoral law with Tinubu endorsement. That's another story. And you have 2027 presidency, ADC, APC, PDP, jealousy, guard, trump cards. Okay. And how northern leaders expose a complex relationship with President Tinubu. Regional warlord and can't deliver PDP in 2027 is another story on the Sun newspaper. And God will decide when Igbo will be president. Dave Umahi is the one talking this morning. Cross River PDP regroups, gears for a shutdown gears for showdown in 2027. And you have this one, a bit of sport. MPFS suspends player over betting allegations. And 20 teams to battle 20 million naira cup top prize. Lukman Atalanta could resort to legal action. That was what I, of course, I discussed with Daniel Adeyemi last night. This could be something that will end up in court. Leicester agrees 8.5 million fee for Ndidi. And Nasara United appoints Manguit Mbawas as new technical advisor. And these are the major headlines on today's Daily Sun newspaper. All right, the major headlines there from the Daily Sun newspaper. And let's move straight to the Punch newspaper now. All right, for headlines in today's Punch newspaper, you have the banner headline says foreign investors sell off 576 billion naira Nigerian stocks in 6 months. They sold them off and ran away. Okay. WAEC under fire as result portal goes down. Okay. Receivership. Now AB Power challenges FBNQ Quest take over move. Okay. Quam 1 pushes back as fan probes airport incident. Okay, I talked about it last night concerning what Quam 1 did, what he was alleged to have done at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja. Okay, Gumbi government mourns deputy VC's daughter, hails late diplomat legacy. India faces export crisis as Trump doubles tariffs on Russian oil imports. Prosecutors seek arrest warrant for South Korean ex-First Lady Kyun Hee. Still taking the headlines from the Punch, you have this one. A police probe killing of 45-year-old man inside Akwa Ibom Church. Oyo impounds rams, cow for violating environmental laws. And accountant jailed 15 years for defrauding Oyo job applicants. And 3 remanded for suspected kidnapping, murder in Enugu. You also have this one. Petro spokesman opposes NNPC's retention of Port Harcourt refinery. Policymakers, regulators commit to sustaining Nigeria's energy future. Moving back to more political stories, Falana slams Southwest governors over poor governance, reckless spending, and NO begins APC registration in Akwa Ibom. Anioma's long road, resistance resources, and the push for statehood is a piece on the Punch newspaper. And you have LP dissociate self from planned protest at INEC headquarters. Ogun PDP denies endorsing APC candidates ahead of by-elections. And a bit of sport from the Punch, how Osimhen, Lookman became outcast with Italian clubs. Kuti overtakes Omotayo in ITTF world ranking. I will talk about that very shortly on the sports segment of the show this morning. And these are the major headlines on today's Punch newspaper. Up next is the Vanguard newspaper. The banner headline on today's Vanguard newspaper says 2027 options before the North. Of course, you have the pictures of Atiku, Obi, and of course President Tinubu there. Of course, moving on, you have WAEC, massive failure. Parents group want papers cancelled. We'll be looking through that. In fact, it's one of the things we'll be checking out when my analyst will join me. Yes, I'll be having an analyst at 9 o'clock. We'll be looking through this, and you also will be part of this discussion. This call for the cancellation of this WAEC due to massive failure. Who is to blame? And should WAEC cancel it as parents and stakeholders are calling for it? We'll talk about that 9 o'clock in the assembly this morning. All right, moving away from that, criminals tout now in charge of politics in Nigeria. Falana is giving us that story there. Eddie Palmieri, Latin music trailblazer, dies at 88. WAEC faces fresh criticisms after result portal went down. And Edwin Power, Ikeja Electric, first independent power not in it says Edwin Power, Ikeja Electric, first independent power not in receivership. This is according to the management there. All right. I'm still taking headlines from the Vanguard newspaper. You have Tinubu directs PENCOM to implement pension increases. FG approves tax incentives for manufacturers using local raw materials. Okay, that's a good one. The victim, ValueJet, apologized, offered to fly me on private jet, Kwam One. Yes, he's reacting to the publication yesterday by Fan, saying he actually is the victim, not the other way around. There was claim that he actually disrupted activities at the airport. Okay, 2027, Jonathan ready to run again. Close ally confirms. Really? Okay. SSC in CBT format. You can go ahead if parents, students tell FG. Why Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention is according to Njoku. And Singleton promise Peter Obi is talking out of ignorance is according to Farouk Aliyu. All right. More stories still from the Vanguard. You have Nigeria may break up before 2027 if, this one is according to ex-Ohanese President General Nwodo. And you have 2027 Obi single-term pledge raises dust, and PDP Southwest approves new interim administrative team for Ekiti. These are the major headlines. Today's Vanguard newspaper. And done with the Vanguard now. Up next is the Daily Post newspaper. All right, for headlines in the Daily Post newspaper for this morning, the banner headline says Peter Obi's one-term presidency stirs controversy amongst northern stakeholders. And the confusion over Ikeja Disco, Igbi power takeover as CPPE seeks Nigerian government's intervention. You also have this one, 2027 Jonathan now ready to contest with meet northern leaders report. 2027 Jonathan now ready to contest, meet with northern leaders report. We'll come to that as well when we get to the People's Assembly this morning when my guest comes in. We'll be looking through all of these and much more. Supporters vow nationwide protest as police detain Showore. Flood hits another Adamawa community, cuts off villages, submerges farmlands. Wow, this flood thing is coming. Disturbing every day. Okay, still in the Daily Post, ban on NURTW, RTAN, Edo arrest 10 over illegal revenue collection. And you have Oshun traditional ruler warns against land grabbing in Ilesha. Benue deploys the troops to Afia community following security threat. You have this one, Benue Super Falcons player Francisca Odega donate relief items to IDP camp. Kebbi government approves 1.14 billion naira for gratuity. Death benefit of 445 contract workers. And the NAV airstrike destroys bandits' wedding in Zamfara, kills dozens. And you also have this one. Single term, he's talking out of ignorance. Farouk Aliyu blast Peter Obi. And Nigeria needs parties bigger than government, Peter Obi. And APC ADC will cause security problems if you don't stop them. Ejiofor charges INEC. 2027 will do everything to make sure opposition does not survive. Farouk Aliyu. PDP announces zoning committee inauguration date. And 2027, Jonathan now ready to contest. Okay, Naira continues depreciation against dollar, defies Nigeria's external reserves rise. San Mustafa sends a petition to FCCPC over alleged airfare exploitation on Ilorin route. NNPCL reduces fuel price again. I need to check that story. Okay, says NNPCL has reduced its premium motor spirit pump price barely 48 hours after the hike across retail. NNPC is confused, well, I tell you. Okay, the story says NNPC retail outlets have adjusted their fuel pump price downward to 900 per litre from 955. NNPCL. Confusion everywhere. Okay, moving on. A bit of sports now. You have UEFA Champions League results of Wednesday's third qualifying round. I gave you some of them last night. You can go check them out for you. When we get to sport, I'll also be giving you some of them as we move on. Okay? And these are the major headlines on today's Daily Post newspaper. And the very last paper before me this morning is the Guardian newspaper. All right, for headlines in today's Guardian newspaper, you have these headlines there. Of course, this one says First Lady's humanitarian donation hits 12.9 billion in 2 years. First Lady is donating money everywhere. Okay, and you have this one: ADC APC chieftain warned Tinubu to share re-election, focus on governance. Ayinde risk ban over unruly behavior at Abuja Airport, talking about Kwam 1. Toyota cuts profit forecast due to U.S. tariffs. And you have Weah joins Marcel from Juventus. Rare Hobbit first edition auction. These are some stories there. JAM sets high bar for under 16 candidates. Is another story on the Guardian newspaper. Still taking a headline from the Guardian. You have this one: Reps decries non-release of immunization funds. Insurance stocks jump 10% after President signed law to recapitalize industry. Stakeholders push for Nigeria's mineral sector sustainable development. And the energy leaders call for pragmatism in Africa's transition. Rivers Varsity students seek help over robberies. Assault in hostel. Stakeholders canvass a swift justice system to decongest correctional centers. Okay, let's leave it here. These are the major headlines on the Guardian newspaper. And by extension, this segment of the show, this super headline segment of the show this morning. All right, so these are the headlines. Let's have a breather. Yes, don't forget the sports come through in a jiffy, and after sports we'll be looking through so many things. I'll be joined by someone this morning who will be analyzing happenings, especially Jonathan wanted to run again, WAEC, and these results of mass failure in this present situation. All right, so we'll be looking through all of this morning on the show. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest. And let's take you to the music now. Be back at the other side for more right here. Keep it locked. Don't move a muscle. Is Melody Sunrise. Melody 100.7 FM in the city of Ibadan. No matter what you went through last night, joy will come. And I know joy is coming this morning.
Yeah. Good boy. Easy na me, take it easy. Catch some cruise with my cheese. You spoke one for me days. Come on for the body, know the breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to them Fuji. One my joke, ijogo, what you want, my jojo, ijogo, money, my jogo, and if you know be kalala, go to them Fuji. Mojuba, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Juba, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. Juba, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Juba, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. Up and never, do what you wanna do. I want to be shining one day. Yeah. Don't make that, don't make that. I want to look for the world. I want to look for the world. Yeah. It's in a me, take it easy. Catch some cruise with my cheese. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to them Fuji. One man jogo, ijogo, ijogo, what you want, my jojo? Ijogo, money, my jogo, and if you know be kalala, go to them Fuji. Odupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning.
Melody FM 100.7.
Reset one of your presets for your hit music now. 100.7.
Throw from deep and out. That's a smashing ball. It's Martins.
Josie, your ball, a good ball.
And it's pushed out to the boat.
Single Odesi.
Sensational. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. That's something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Most definitely. It is 4 o'clock right about now. Melody 100.7 FM in the city of IB. The Sports Bam Bam is here. Sports Bam Bam is catching cold. I can see big, heavy cardigan he's putting on this morning. What's going on? The cold is getting on you?
Yeah.
I get ball like you. See what I'm wearing and you say that it's cold.
I mean, that's good. I mean, that's how we are two different people. You're a strong man.
Yeah, I know it's wrong guy.
Good morning, finance. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning, finance. Good morning to all our listeners out there. It's nice to be here. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to sport. The Chan is going on right now. After the ladies, now we are seeing the guys come on board, but they've not started on I. But we'll talk about it today on the program. It's nice to be here.
Yes, most definitely. And let's begin on Chan level. I mean, because Daniel was here yesterday, or you weren't here when we talked about the Chan and what Eric Shell has been saying concerning Chan. He said they lost on all fronts. They lost everything concerning that game. How did they lose on all fronts? I mean, didn't they prepare? The way he sounded like they just met yesterday and started and played that game yesterday. It didn't sound like they've been in camp and they've been preparing.
Well, I honestly, I agree to the fact that they lost at all sides because I saw the game. I mean, the first 45 minutes I saw it, the second I didn't see it. But they were really poor. When I mean poor, like town or different from Ballon Bleu. They were so poor in that game. Senegal dominated them from start to finish. And yeah, one thing I saw is not to despite those MPFL players, but they were not at top quality. I doubted them, and most of them would be the ones that would be represented at the CAF Confederation Cup. Most players are from Remo Stars. About 8 of them are right there. In fact, most of them even started the game. So they were very, very porous in the midfield. The defense, for me, was the best. Although when they say the defenders are really good, it shows that you guys were really penetrated. So when they tell me that the man of the match is a defender. Or a goalkeeper, that means the defense, the midfield and the striking position did not do anything. Hence why the defense was having a better
there was
game.
Pressure on the defense for someone in the defense to
win the man of the match, or win the best player in that team right there. So Nduku Junior for me, captain, but they got unnecessary yellow cards. There was one guy in the middle of the park, Tochukwu. It was just going away with fouls right there. Unnecessary tackle. They couldn't spring 1, 2, 3 passes amongst themselves. And I'm happy that it's the coach himself that is taking the mantle, because some people thought it was going to be Daniel Ogumodede or the other man from Enugu Rangers right there. But it's the coach, and he's testing the qualities. And I'm beginning to see people that say maybe these MPFL guys are not as good as the top players. Honestly, that was what I saw. But Senegal, they are the defending champions. They are top when it comes to the world of Africa, and I think maybe it was a very good test. But these guys, honestly, they didn't match up, and the coach coming out to say they didn't have preparation. When you play Zanzibar, you draw them twice. For me, it was even Nigeria that made me to understand who Zanzibar is. I don't think I've ever heard of their national team before there. So. And these guys are looking forward to representing the green, white, green jersey, because many people will clamor that infuse NPFL players into the team, not just foreign-based players. Now that they have all the opportunities to wear the green, white, green jersey, what are they doing? And for me, they didn't perform at the level.
Isn't not that opportunity they are looking for that made them to play the way they play? Because just as Daniel pointed out last night, they were playing like they were trying to impress someone. Individual play, no single, you just mentioned it as well, no single team play. They were playing like, let me impress the coach so that he can add me to the main Super Eagles. I mean, is that not counterproductive to them now? And okay, because they want to find some, because we've always been saying they should infuse these guys from the local league to the guys that are coming from the foreign side. Isn't that a counterproductive thing now that is making them to now play to impress the coach?
I think I agree because most of them, they want to be part of the Super Eagles Team A because this is the Team B. And particularly, I am disappointed with the Remo Stars players. Now, most of them have actually gotten an opportunity to play for the Super Eagles. So it's not a big deal. You should just maintain the momentum. You're not trying to impress anybody. I don't expect a Sadiq Ismail to be impressing anybody right now because he has had a taste of the Nigerian jersey itself. That's the first thing with the likes of Victor James Osimhen and the like. So the guys from Remo Stars, about 8 of them, and amongst the 8 of them, about 2 of them have one played in the Gold Cup that we played with Ghana.
In London.
In London, yes. Some of them have actually tasted the green, white, green jersey of Nigeria. So I don't expect so much pressure. Maybe the likes of the goalkeeper Lawal from Shooting Stars and all of it. Sikiru Alimit is not supposed to be feeling the pressure. He has been with the team for a long time, 2018. Far back then. So some of them should have handled the pressure well. That's why they are always leaders in the team. You're the one that is supposed to be cautioning the younger guys and let them understand why this tournament is important. Because if they don't go on to win it, if they drop at group stage, I don't think any of them should be infused to the national team.
They will not deserve it.
They don't deserve it because they had the opportunity to do it. And now it's a team. Even if one person is exceptional, I feel like the whole football is a team and everybody should work hand in hand to actually get a possible result. And I totally understand what you're trying to say. Maybe the pressure to actually be in the national team is getting, and the fact that it's even the main coach that is coaching you, so
exactly.
You want to be
impressing.
Yeah, like there are particular players that did well, but one thing about football is as a team you judge them overall. The particular players that did well, fine, they didn't win. It was a bad game for all of them, but some of them did impress me particularly, and Adedayo was also not bad in the game. He won the best player for Remo Stars last season, where he was gifted a car. He was solid in the middle of the park, and maybe the defenders Ngenge, Nduku Junior. But overall, the team performance was bad.
Overall, it was bad. Okay, let's see what happens in their next game against Sudan. Sudan is saying, look, we'll deal with you guys with what we've seen. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let's move away from that. Now, let's talk about what is happening right now with where Victor Osimhen's zone is settled. He also faced similar issues in Italy. Now is Ademola Lookman, 2 of our best players, having issues in Italy. Now, the way it's going is like the matter is heading to court.
Yeah.
It's like the matter is heading to court because the club is not ready. They are bringing a document that they felt he signed. He put his paper on it last year that they will not sell him to a rival Italian club. And right now, the boy wants to leave all means necessary. Inter Milan has come. They keep upping the money. They keep putting more money into the initial money that they offered. And Atalanta keeps saying no.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like we are heading to court.
Yeah, for Lookman, I think one of the things I would always say is when a player has a contract with a club, you don't have every right to say certain things. That's the way they pen it to. Now, contract makes the player be secured financially for that particular year. And for the club, the only thing is, for them, their gain is they can actually control your career within that process because they are going to be paying you all through. And Lookman's contract is going to end 2027. This is 2025. He still has 2 years. So if you have a contract with a club, the club will mess with you, especially when you want to leave and when you are one of their key players. So I'm not surprised that Atalanta, they are doing all of these things. When you have somebody like Lookman that has a very good CV right now in the world of Europe, I think you would want to get the best, not the best out of him. You want to make more money out of him because that's totally your business. And right now in Atalanta, when you look at the calibers of players, who can they make money off? It's only Lookman. There's nobody that did exceptionally well. Scamacca did well at some point, but injury was made him really bad because now you can't put Scamacca in the market and get good money. And now clubs fear the fact that the rivalry at the club would affect, or players like to taunt clubs after they made a move to a club that is around Italy. Look at Victor James Osimhen. That's one of the Napoli clause. They don't want Victor James Osimhen to be at any club right there in the Italian Serie A, which I honestly totally understand. Because if I'm doing business, football is actually business, you understand? If I know that this player, we didn't have a good paparazzi in the club, and now he's about to leave to a rival club, when you're going against him, he's going to, he could do something that would even hurt the fans, you understand? Look at Adebayo, Arsenal situation with Man City, all those periods, and a lot of things happened, and it was very, very bad for the media. I understand Ademola Lookman's point of view, but he has a contract with Atalanta. Atalanta still has 2 years of his contract, and even if he doesn't make any move, they are still going to be paying him, you understand? He just wants to make that move right now. Now, the club decides. For me, that's what I think. The club has total authority over you when there's a contract right now. 2027 is 2 years. And it doesn't have to be Italian Serie A. For me, I don't think it has to be Italian Serie A. Go and prove yourself elsewhere. It doesn't have to be them. Victor James Osimhen, at the end of the day, went to Galatasaray. So I'm not trying to support Atalanta for it, but the fact that it's a contract and it's a document, and if you're going to take it to court, who is going to win? It has to be Atalanta, definitely. So that's what I think.
Well, a very painful one. I just hope, because African Footballer of the Year, to be going through this kind of thing. Season starts just next week, and we are still battling all of this. May God have mercy. So painful. Now, talking about being painful, Arteta said yesterday's game was painful. Said it was very painful to him. They lost 3-2 to Villarreal. Said it was very, very painful. And Victor Gyökeres started the game, but he didn't see Victor Gyökeres.
But I went to particularly watch highlights of Victor Gyökeres. I saw some things.
Okay, you didn't see the game.
Yes, but I went to watch Gyökeres because
I went seen the game. It's not Gyökeres highlights.
Because when I went to the social media, it was Gyökeres because
everybody was talking about Gyökeres.
Yes, because if you make a major signing in the Premier League, they
everybody
always
is that you they are looking for.
And Gyökeres, coming from the fact that it was at Sporting Lisbon, and Premier League fans, they don't really rate any club or any team outside of the Premier League. Even in the Spanish La Liga, they don't rate them. So that's our Premier League.
I know they were considering the number of goals he scored.
Yes,
where he came from.
But I saw the highlights. He didn't score, but I could see different things that the man, that's Gyökeres, possess. Okay. Good outdoor play. He knows how to open into position, open into space. Those are key things I saw because he was always putting his body on the Villarreal defenders. Now, Villarreal is in the Spanish La Liga. It's different from the English Premier League. Exactly. Now, we've not seen him do it against the English Premier League defenders. So maybe against Villarreal, it was a bit sloppy. But you know one thing, overall, I would say if his striker doesn't score, even if he scores a tap-in, nobody will be talking about Victor Gyökeres having a bad performance.
Yes, now.
Even if he scored a penalty. So that's how goals mean to strikers. So for Gyökeres, I think with a few highlights I saw about him, he might probably have a good season with Premier League teams. For me, he just came within 2 weeks. You understand? I don't think he has had the best of training, and all of this talk and pep talk that Arteta would have with him before the Premier League is going to help him a lot. Madueke was also he missed a penalty too.
That's another one.
Yeah, but Arsenal, this is the preseason, honestly.
Yeah.
And let's just see how it pans out where the league starts.
Because I usually do not judge a team by preseason.
Yeah.
I don't see preseason as anything, because you will not want to get get yourself involved in injuries and all of that. So you just want to be very, very careful. All right. There were Champions League games that went down last night for the third qualifying rounds, but we're coming to that very shortly. But before then, finally, this man, the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, has made a move to America. And he said that was not his initial plan. He didn't want to go to that club. But the club chairman himself actually spoke to him directly, and the way the man spoke changed his heart, and he decided to pick them. I mean, he was finally, the deal was confirmed yesterday, and he was unveiled, talking about Heung-min, talking about LAFC. That's where he has put his game now.
Right, this man has actually paid his dues when it comes to the world of football. Yes, he deserves everything he's getting right now. Many people would not want to talk about the team from MLS, the MLS team, because it's from USA. People think it's not a good footballing nation right there. But with Messi going there, I think the football lifestyle has actually springs up, because a lot of people have been talking about the MLS. I see people now are watching the MLS right now. But with his age, he was a record-breaking fee. He had the highest record-breaking fee ever for LAFC. Yeah, so $26.5 million. Imagine with that age, and he's still racking up that kind of deal right there. I just think it's going to be a good legacy for the team, because right now, if your team wants to be popular anywhere, you have to have a very key player. Inter Miami was a very bad team.
Nobody even
knew them. In fact, they were last. It's just that they don't relegate in the MLS. They were last on the league. But look at what Messi has actually done, the impact, and bringing other players in like Busquets and all of it. So, yes, an MLS right now, they need icons. The likes of Ibrahimovic, they are gone in extinct, so they need current icons that would actually promote their league right there. So it's a good move for the young man, maybe not young, but also good for the Koreans, Americans, because there are very few Koreans right there in America. So I mean, seeing one of their brothers play is going to encourage them right there.
It's going to encourage them right there. Of course, we understand Barcelona, they want to elect a new captain. Who do you think is going to be that one? Because I don't know. Is it that Rafinha is not good enough?
Yeah, Rafinha is their second captain. I know.
Yeah, he's their second captain.
Yeah, Araujo and De Jong, those are the two captains. And it looks like this man, that's the coach, Hans Flick, wants to keep both of them.
Because they want to remove Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who
are
going to be the main
captain. Yeah, so it might probably be Araujo, De Jong, Rafinha. I saw Gavi also with the captain, but Pedri could also be there, because Barcelona, they don't care about if you are 30-something. They can give a young boy the captain, but just like Ajax then when they gave the elite. So Barca have always known to always give good players. They don't care about the age. They just feel like if you're a leader right there. Araujo, I never expected him to be the captain, maybe the second captain, but look at him, it's part of it. So for Ter Stegen, it shows that Barca don't want him at all.
They are
pushing him off.
The president of the club is so angry with that guy.
And he's been in the club for
and he's the president that is actually even influencing this decision to want to take him away as the captain.
Yes, and for me, he should just make that move off the club. And you know, clubs right now, they still want to make money, even if it's little money. Because when you look at Barca's terrain, all of them are young players. Look at Casado, they are still pricing him for a very small money because he's in transfer market, maybe 22. So they don't have a top player that they can actually make big money off right there. Maybe Ter Stegen can actually do that justice right there. But let's just see what pounds out. Captain for me should be Araujo, De Jong, Rafinha, and maybe Lewandowski because of experience and yes, being one of the senior players in the team. So I think Lewandowski should be put in place in the captain side right there. That's what I think. Yeah.
All right. Something ordinarily you say friendly match. Friendly match, there's a word friendly there. So everything should be friendly. On the pitch, you don't even, in friendly games, they will tell you don't attack someone too much or don't break his leg. But yesterday, the Como game, Como and of course Real Betis game, that one, there was nothing friendly about it because chaos everywhere. They exchanged blows, punches, they fought one another on the pitch. That game was crazy. I mean, if you see that video, you'll be wondering, is this a friendly game? Even in league, you don't fight that way. They were throwing punches. Everywhere was chaotic. I mean, what kind of friendly game was that? Real Betis Como FC at Cadiz yesterday. It was just so crazy game.
Football, you know one thing, it might be friendlies, but when you check head to head, it's always there. You understand? So some people fight for the badge of we don't want to lose, because if fans come and want to talk about a future year, they would say Como, Real Betis, the two teams. If Real Betis win, they'll say, we won you guys. Then, you know, nobody will mention it was a friendly game. So teams or players like to fight for that badge and win every game at all costs. Look at Villarreal and Arsenal. People are not supposed to be taking it serious, but Arteta is not happy because of the situation. Because for future reference, they would always add it to their stats that maybe when they meet in the Europa League final, and analysts are talking, they would say, Villarreal and Arsenal in their last two games, this, and it's going to be there forever. But nobody will mention it's a friendly game. But it's not supposed to be happening. Players should be I think the league is about to start, and they should be cautious that the league is about to start. No, not unnecessary injuries and all of it. So for me, I think it's a player thing, not even a coach. You should understand that you're starting the league in very, very soon.
Exactly.
And that's the one that you can make good money off. And it determines your career, because if you don't have a very good season, it could bar you from making a big money move off your club right there. So they should personally take it into consideration that the league is about to start. Hence, you control yourself so well on the pitch. Yes, it's a friendly game, but it's football. That's how we say it.
It was so bad that even the sites that uploaded it on their different platforms had to remove it later.
Wow.
I'm telling you, because for violent, you know, some of these.
It must have been very bad.
Very, very terrible. They actually threw punches. It was a very bad one.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway, we wish they are friends, because they are supposed to be friends, but somehow it didn't end well. All right. So some games went down yesterday in the UEFA Champions League qualification, and just as we told you last night, when we told you some games were going on right there. Of course, Kairat Almaty defeated Slovan Bratislava 1-0. Ludogorets Razgrad played goalless draw with Ferencváros, and of course Lech Poznań were defeated by Krasnodar Velda 1-3. And in the league path, we have Salzburg losing at home to Club Brugge, and Nice of France also losing to Benfica at home, and Feyenoord beating Fenerbahce 2-1. Fenerbahce, this man, that is Jose Mourinho's man. It's like the man is not. He's not having his. Mourinho used to be a master tactician, master of the game, Champions League man. But right now, nobody hears anything about him. He lost yesterday, 2-1 to Feyenoord. Yeah. Some of these games went down for the UEFA Champions League qualification. See, these are the guys that will later be in the
group format,
added to the guys who will be. So most of the games are not really. Is there any game that?
Fenerbahce. They lost yesterday. That's one of the key games. And also Benfica, after the Club World Cup, now they are winning. And right now in the series is the semi-final. So if you go on to win the two legs, you go to the finals. Then after the finals, they face each other. Teams will be promoted to the Champions League. Not a good start for Jose Mourinho and some of his key or new signings like John Duran. They didn't start the game. Nelson Semedo wasn't there. Soyuncu, I don't know if he has a problem with Soyuncu, because that's one of the experienced defenders. But the likes of Amrabat, Fred, El Nesiri, all of those guys actually played the game, but they were subbed off later in the game. But it's a two-legged game, yes. And I think Jose Mourinho have a thing for second legs and bouncing back after the first leg being very, very bad.
Can he still bounce back?
It can actually bounce back, yes. It's not like Feyenoord, they are a top side. They are a top side in Netherlands, not across Europe. But giving the captain to Skriniar, because he just signed Skriniar.
Exactly.
And giving him the captain back. And Jose Mourinho is just one very, very funny coach.
Very crazy.
And, and that's why we see some of these results turn out to be like that. But second leg is there. I personally think this man, Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce would qualify from the
he will still
yes,
make it.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to see him in the Champions League.
Yes,
I'd like to
definitely.
see. He will bring some, even if he's not going to be top notch,
Yeah.
at least some razzmatazz in the Champions League, in his usual way. Okay, we started at home. Let's end it at home with our boy talking about Ndidi. He's set for medicals today at Besiktas. So it's like Turkey is the new Lagos for Nigerian players.
I think indeed he has actually had a long spell, yes, in the English Premier League, 8.5 years, and he deserves to leave the club right there. And Leicester City, they went into relegation. Not a bad one if indeed he remains there, because relegation or playing at the Championship for me reduces your quality. And indeed, most particularly, is thinking about his age. And when you look at the Turkish league, you have to give it to Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, and also Besiktas. Although last season they finished about 53 points and the other guys were like 73, the gap was really wide, but they came third, and they might be playing in Europe right there. Maybe not the Champions League, but Europa League right there. So for Ndidi, I'm particularly happy for him after making this move, and it's going to earn much more money. Although there were clubs that wanted to bid for him. I saw Aston Villa, Everton. There was a time I was getting news that Manchester United even wanted to get the best out of Ndidi.
But there was a time Barcelona,
yes.
Yeah.
And that time it was on fire. Why didn't he make that move? But you know one thing.
It tells you Nigerian players don't even know how to make moves. I'm telling you, you should have made it. I mean, do you know what it means to play for Barcelona as a Nigerian?
But then there was a Busquets. Maybe was considering if he was going to start. But then, if I was the one, I would have taken that
risk now.
Because one thing about teams like that, even if you're not playing, you're going to be at the high of everybody.
Exactly.
Even the few minutes that you get, you're going to still be at the eye of everybody. It's
I mean, being attached to the club alone.
Yeah. So maybe indeed had that opportunity, but he couldn't make good use of it. But he understands. He has personal reasons. We cannot actually think for this player. They probably know better than us because they're the one in that situation. But good move for him, and it's all the best to him. We're really happy for him, and he's still going to be playing. He's still going to be a starter for me. I think I'm going to Besiktas. He's still going to be a fantastic midfielder, and hope to see him in the national team very, very soon for the AFCON.
Okay, all right. Let's end it there this morning. Before we end, I mean, we're cooking. Let's hear Sport Echoes, the cooking again. Let's let the people get aware of what's going to be happening every Saturday.
Okay, we're going to be talking about sport history. We're going to be going back into the days, legends, African legends, not just African legends. We're going to be talking about scenes, experiences that have happened that you must have forgotten. We're going to be bringing it back to your faces right there. And also there's going to be a giveaway session where we'll give out gifts and things. Yes, just expect the best from Sport Echoes. It's going to be starting on Saturday, and you would enjoy it, and it's going to be the best. Yes,
most definitely. Sports Bam Bam will be taking care of BIZ at that time. All right, thanks so much, Sports Bam Bam, for coming through. You really look bambamic this morning with this your big cardigan.
Thank you very much, Finance.
All right, the Finance is still right here. Let's have a breather. The other side of this time check, we won't be taking you through the People's Assembly segment. As I said, most Thursdays nowadays, I want the People's Assembly to be more or less like apart from being interactive with you, that we've always done it, we have guests in the house, analysts in the house, the policymakers in the house. We look through issues, we talk about issues together, then you also lend your voices via the radio and the phone lines. Keep it locked right here. We'll get you into it very shortly as my analyst, and of course a public affairs analyst will be joining me very shortly at the other side. Keep it locked right here. It's the Melody Sunrise Show of Melody 100.7 FM with the finest. Let's have a breather. We'll be back at the other side.
Okay, let's deal with it.
Tabakoja te bari wa geni kabisi. Tori ohun juri enu le ṣàlàyé my G. I get am before no be property, so make you try protect your sanity. Kasha dupe, ore wa lopo. Back then when I no get proper, I show it. Now I'm blessed and gifted. Say them no fit reach my defense. They go celebrate since a new day. Oh, them up look, I'm my love. Suru lere, oh. God, my love give up you. That be the reason I did focus you. Focus, coming from the bottom, now we heading to the top. I go do my thing my way, I cook, I don't give a fuck. Only money for my money, right here, Joe. Okay, oh, never better to get born. They try survive, man, they try to live. Whether you bad, you know bad, man, they try believe. Small pain, small crime, man, they try relief. Stay focused on the hustle, that's the life we live. Suru,
From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m. Melody FM 100.7.
Doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. Do not be like a potential bachelor who is busy cutting an eye for a beautiful lady in a very dark room. Give your business the much needed publicity it deserves. Come do business with us by advertising your goods and services on Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, and let's use our platform to uplift your own. Advertise with us by contacting our marketing department at number 2 MB Makpadeun Street, Bodewasimi, Basharun, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Telephone 0915-500-107. That is 0915-500-1007. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms at Melody 107 FM. At Melody FM Ibadan, we help make your business to blow. Yaga yaga. Melody FM, your real home of entertainment. Stay cool. Yes, Melody.
I love this station, Melody 100.7 FM. Melody FM 100.7.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it.
Reset one of your presets for your hit music now. 100.7.
All right, thank you for being there with us. This is the People's Assembly segment of the show this morning. As always, getting better, keep getting better, keep getting better. That's the promise we made, and it keeps getting better. We thank God for the grace and, of course, the opportunity. This morning, yes, as I've told you, I'm joined by a guest now. Yes, I've been joined by a guest, a public affairs analyst, of course, a social commentator, and someone who likes to put his mouth where his attention is, and that is the attention is where Nigeria's issues are. I'm talking about Oluwasegun Akindele joining in this morning. Segun, it's good to have you. Good morning.
So glad to be here this morning. Good morning, Mr. Finest, and welcome to the biggest microphone in the land, Melody 100.7 FM.
Thank you so much. It's good for you. I hope you're not seeing the code. Bam Bam earlier, wearing big cardigan.
I think this weather is actually favoring the married one, like not the single me, like you know.
You people should go and marry now.
You can advise now.
Okay, all right. Thanks for joining in once again. Okay, major issues in Nigeria now. The major. We'll look through some of these issues, and of course, as we do with People's Assembly as well every time, you also lend your voices. As I have the conversation with Oluwasegun, you also have an opportunity to call in or send your messages via our different platforms. We'll open up the phone lines. We'll do it bit by bit like that. As Shegun analyzes, you also be taking your own call. Now, we have 3 issues on ground: the WAEC issue, the Jonathan issue, and of course, the Peter Obi's issue. Let's begin this way, Shegun, this morning. Peter Obi, he has assured everyone, and he's continuing to say this. He said it on Monday, he said it on Tuesday, he said it yesterday again. Maybe today he will still say another one. I'm telling you guys now, I'm not your everyday politician that will say things and they will not make stand by their words.
Of course.
I will do just one term or 4 years. And there has been reactions here and there. Some people have called him names. This man doesn't know what he's saying. It's not possible. Nigerian politicians, if they tell you one thing, good morning, go and check your time whether it's actually good morning, that it will not happen. But Peter Obi has insisted, I will do 1 4 year, one term of 4 years. I mean, how have you been following this issue?
Of course.
How do you view this matter?
I think we have to be sincere with ourselves this morning. I think one of the group that when you tell them the truth, it's always maybe like sting to them, like they don't always want to listen to the truth. Is Obedient Family, and to me, I have to be sincere this morning. Peter Obi is actually sounding more like a desperate politician to me these days.
Sounding desperate?
Yeah, of course. Yes,
maybe you want to let me know.
Let's be sincere with ourselves. This issue of changing things in Nigeria, it's actually not about the president alone. It starts from the Senate, the House of Rep. If actually you say 4 years is enough for you to make some changes that you think you have been planned to make in Nigeria, remember a lot of these things has to come in form of laws. And if you are talking about people that are so much in the Senate today right now, they are people that they have once been the governors before, and I always see them that these are people that are actually the problem, and they can't bring the solution.
They've held one position before and all of
before
that.
Coming there, they've actually been the problem of this country, and you think this problem will be the one that will come and be the solution again. These things, you can't just wake up as a president and say this is what I want. There are some things you have to do that will make changes for Nigeria that we have to pass through the Senate. What if you as a person, you actually have it in mind to do something good and you pass all these laws to the Senate, and these people that have been there, and this kind of mindset you have is actually not the same thing. Yes, they've been there before. What have they done? And you as a president, you are coming in now to push some bills that will favor Nigerians. There is a way Saraki then, when he was the Senate president, when and Buhari was there, was having a brawl with the president. Then a lot of bill was being sent to Saraki. At times he will go on recess for like months. At times
to avoid the bills.
Yes, to avoid the bills. So in this kind of going on through this, and I always say something in this Nigerian, politics is 4 years, but governance is 2 years. In that 4 terms. And there was a time even our governor here, Governor Seyi Makinde, during his first term, he said he only has in mind to do a term. I think if you remember very well, he said
that it's only a student who is a failure that will repeat class.
That will, of course. And when it was coming to the end of his tenure, and people are telling okay, everything lies in God's hand. This is what the politicians do. This is what they tell us. And we are now wiser. They should just stop playing on our emotions and intelligence. We actually know that 4 years that he's talking about their second term is actually not going to work. He's only saying this just because the only thing that he can use to entice the North right now is just for them to say, okay, I will do single term. Because they are not ready to wait another 8 years again before they come into power. But the truth is, are they the only one that will be dominating the political scenes in Nigeria? So Peter Obi, he actually knows what he's actually doing. And to me, it's more like a game. When he becomes that president, this whole thing will change. Because when you become the president, every resource is now within your reach. If you say, okay, I want to do 4 terms, and now I 1 term, and now I am going for the second term, every resources that will work for you, you actually have it. So actually, this thing is more like okay, it's more like a game to me.
And politics itself is a game.
Of course, it's a game, and it's becoming so desperate to me, sincerely.
You mean Peter is becoming
becoming so desperate? Let's be sincere with ourselves. I know there are a lot of obedient. They'll be like, "What are you talking about? What are you saying?"
They will attack you now.
Of course, but the truth has to be said. We actually know it's not going to work. He's only saying this to get the support of the North. This is the
will he be able to get the support of the North? So many of them have even started attacking him. One said it 2 days ago that they will not vote Peter Obi because they will not want him to import beer to the North. I wonder where that kind of statement. Now, Farouk Aliyu said it yesterday that Peter Obi is talking out of ignorance.
Well, he can't really say he's talking out of ignorance.
Because I was wondering when you say
someone that has been the governor of the state before, you know, so he's actually not talking out of ignorance. Just as you've said, that politics is a game. That is exactly what Peter Obi is trying to play right now.
Playing a game.
He's actually playing a game.
Does he actually know how to play the game?
Well,
because the man there now sitting there and Azo Rock is a strategist. Is a bigger game player.
You know, this same game was actually what Tinubu played during when he was trying to campaign. You know, there was a time that Tinubu had to do his birthday celebration in Kano then, just to entice the North that okay, I'm one of you. But one thing is these North, they can't be trusted much when it comes to politics. That is their own source of livelihood. They can't be trusted. We can see when Tambua, when he betrayed Wike during those PDP primary, then
right
overnight, yes, overnight they had the agreement.
Okay, his friend,
it was his friend. Like, okay, we are all going to contest, and in the just few minutes to the election, okay, I'm stepping down for Atiku. They can't be trusted when it comes to politics. So that is what Peter Obi is actually playing his game right now. But this game is actually playing right now. I don't think the North is going to buy this. Sincerely, I don't think they will buy it.
Will just
I don't think they will buy it. They actually knows what the Igbos can do. And if you go online today, even though if Obi says he wants to abide with this one term of a thing, there are a lot of Igbos that will tell you, do you know how long we've been out of power?
I asked a question on one of my platforms. Who is afraid of the Igbos becoming president? Why is Nigeria afraid of Igbo becoming a president in Nigeria?
Well, if you see a lot of things that is going online these days, starting from this Lagos is a no man's land, a lot of things is going on underneath. And one thing is, our politicians, they've eventually succeeded in planting this tribal war. They've actually succeeded in using this tribal thing, dividing us. And and Igbo, they believe that if actually they should have a president, this aim of achieving this Biafra nations might be something that will come very fast. Yes, they believe that. Okay, if you have our own there, and
we will make it easier.
It will be easier for them. This is what Maxi Nnamdi Kanu has been fighting for years, and is in detention right now, which either Tinubu is even planning to eat them with that Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, because they believe that Nnamdi Kanu, if Tinubu should try and release Nnamdi Kanu, it would be a bigger plus for Tinubu. It would be a bigger plus, and Igbo might in that kind of thing want to look at the side of Tinubu to vote for him. So the main reason why a lot of people is actually being afraid of having Igbo, apart from the fact that they are minority, you can't compare the vote coming from the north, from the southeast, to the vote coming from the north. You can't compare them. Even though two states in the north, their vote is actually more. If you compare the vote of Kano, Kaduna, their vote coming there can actually swallow the vote coming from the southeast.
The entire southeast.
Yes, the entire southeast. Yes, we have a lot of people in the north. So apart from the fact that they are minor, and they also look like achieving Biafra nations. And I don't think any president in this Nigeria actually want this country to split. The resources they are getting from every political zones, it's actually adding up.
So you think there's no president that want the country to split, even if he's Igbo?
I doubt it. But that is what Igbo believe, that if they have their own day, achieving this might actually be easy for them. Which me, I don't, even though as Peter Obi, as he is one of them, he might be there, he might get to that presidency today and not allow that Igbo Biafra nations to come to reality.
Because someone said in the platform I just talked about, someone also told me that, look, if Peter Obi gets there today, he will do more to please the North than to even please his own people. They said Jonathan did more to please the North than even when Jonathan left government, Otuoke, his community, didn't have a transformer. And it was provided by Shell, but the president for 6 years didn't provide for his community. But he did so many things for the North.
Exactly. Politicians at times, in their bid to be in power, they do a lot of things like eye service. To me, if Peter Obi is trying to please the North when he becomes the presidency, he might actually do this during his first tenure.
Okay.
Sincerely. and it is in a bid to garner more votes for the second term. Sincerely, that is what he will do, because he actually knows that votes coming from the north will actually boost his chance of winning the second term. If actually he won, and he said he wants to go for the second term, which means I know that if he eventually becomes the president, he will actually want to go for the second term. That one I'm actually so sure of. So these people, when they are trying to romance the north, it's not because they love the north that much. Yes, it's not. It is. It's not because they love the north not that much. It's because okay, Tinubu did something like this when he was campaigning. He was actually romancing the north, all those Nasir El-Rufai and co. He was actually bringing them together. When he becomes the president, what happened? Have they not been complaining of marginalization today?
Yeah, but North will always complain.
They will always complain. But let's be sincere.
Even their own Buhari that left, they complained. North is always full of complaints.
Yes, they will complain. But let's be sincere with ourselves. In this Tinubu regime, do they have the right to complain? Is there reasons for them to complain, or there is no reason for them to complain? Let's be sincere. Let's look at the appointments, the major appointment that President Tinubu has made so far.
But Buhari said the president.
Yeah, he said the president. That is one
Buhari
thing.
put everybody from his own region.
But do you think it was this was like this?
I mean, if you check the appointments,
the major ones today in Nigeria.
So you think Tinubu has appointed more Yorubas?
He has appointed more. Recently when he appointed Bayo Julari as the NNPC chairman, and there was back and forth that you actually appoint another Yoruba again. There is this kind of narration they are trying to put that he's from Ilo, he's from Kwara State. That is not Central. That is not the Southwest. If you know when it happens, that okay. Bayo Julari is not from the Southwest. But the bitter truth is he not from the Southwest?
Is Bayo from Southwest?
Is he not from the Southwest?
Is Ilorin Southwest State?
Is Ilorin not in Southwest State? Is he not in Southwest State? Before the Fulani, is he not in Southwest?
If you're teaching a student of history or geography now, will you tell the student for the Kwara State is a Yoruba state?
What actually happened before they are no longer
but they've already put the way the map runs now. Kwara is in North Central.
And that is one of the politics.
It is not Southwest.
Saraki. He was the Senate president. When he was the Senate president, he always says he's from the North Central as well, though. But let's be realistic. Before all these things, before all this politics of being North Central, not something, we actually know most of the language they speak most in Ilorin do they speak most Hausa in there? I was there a few months ago to shoot a wedding. They speak mostly Yoruba there.
Yeah, but we know.
We know.
Yes.
I still believe it's not.
See, it is how they did it geographically. Is Benue State not?
That is politics.
Benue State is not supposed to be not. Kogi State is not supposed. My wife is Kogi. My wife speaks Yoruba.
Yeah, they
are Yoruba people.
But do you know there's actually Ebira in Kogi?
No, see, Nigeria is scattered.
Yes, it's scattered.
Kogi State, Benue State is like that. In Enugu State is southeast. Okay. But part of Enugu State, there are people who speak languages that are not even Igbo.
But it's not the majority.
Most definitely.
Majority in Kwara State, what do they speak? Majority in Kwara State.
They speak Yoruba.
Majority. They speak. See,
so they put it that way.
See, all this geographical.
So whose fault is it?
All these geographical, all these things, it's actually, these are just narrations, and when it comes to when they believe that okay, some people felt that they've been cheated, there might be some situation when something like this comes on, they might actually refer to Kano, this Kwara as a Southwest. There might be some situation that okay, that they will at least they speak most Yoruba, they speak mostly Yoruba. That there might be some kind of situation that will come that in a bid to defend what they've done, they may actually say at least they speak Yoruba mostly in that place. As you are saying, this issue is actually not far-fetched. They are just being politicizing all these whole thing.
Okay. All right. 0702520. If you want to contribute to what we are discussing, we're in the People's Assembly this morning. Of course, as I told you, Thursdays is going to be looking like this, taking a different shape. Most Thursdays, as we move towards the electioneering in Nigeria, 2027 is hotting up. No campaigns yet, but it's like there's campaign everywhere. INEC has even warned that everyone is like doing campaign now, indirectly or stylishly. If you want to put your voice on what we're looking at this morning, 0702-520-1007 and 07 test. Some people felt it's not possible. Jonathan will not do that. But somebody very close to him stated it last night that Jonathan is considering coming back to recontest against Bola Tinubu in 2027. How do you view Jonathan coming back to recontest election?
Well, it is politics, and he has the right to contest. He's only done a term. He completed Yaradua tenure for 2 years, and he actually came for a term. And but the issue is this: he's coming back to PDP, and PDP that we know today is more like a shadow of itself. Let's be sincere with ourselves. It's more like a shadow of itself. And a lot of people believe that if Jonathan should come back, he has an integrity, and people respect him a lot. People see him coming back like he actually wants to stand that integrity. Like they won't just want to use this man. People believe it. And a lot of people believe that Jonathan is actually too cold for the kind of politics that we are playing in Nigeria today. Let's not forget when he lost that election to Buhari. A lot of people believe that if actually it was the likes of some people, I don't want to mention it, that they are in that presidency can never go anywhere.
They would rather scatter
everything. When the likes of every resources was within him. Ataru Jega was there, and a lot of things actually led to his defeat. Truly, the likes of Chibok girls that was kidnapped, the arms deal, the Dasuki, and at some point the US was actually withdrawing their support when a lot of scandals about that Chibok, when it was coming. Coming back today is actually not the problem, but a majority of people in PDP today, I think the likes of Bala Mohammed actually wanted him, and the issue is we don't even know people that will be contesting yet. The PDP convention will be happening in November and in Ibadan, and we have to be sincere with ourselves. Our governor also is actually, it might be rumors.
So he's not seeing the ambition.
He's also not seeing the ambition of coming back. And these people with Wike and the likes,
can she contest against
it's not that they won't want to contest. I actually had something from Fayose when they was being interviewed by someone that said, okay, Sheyi was actually talking about contesting for the president, and Fayose I called Sheyi and he told me that I will never allow anyone to use me against my fellow kinsmen, which is Tinubu, as in Yoruba tribe. If Sheyi actually contests today, Tinubu will see it as an easy ride. And to me, I'm actually seeing like if he contests today, it's more like he's being used.
Okay.
Because they know that Sheyi Makinde of today, no doubt he has performed wonderfully well in Oyo State. But Sheyi Makinde of today, we know he can never match Tinubu right now. So if actually he's being pushed to become that president, to become that candidate of PDP, APC will see more like an easy ride. And we can't even deny that they might actually be working. They've done it before. In 2019, yes, they did it. Tinubu, he actually came down to Ibadan and talked to, okay, let's support me, and he did. At the expense of their own party, he did. So we can't actually rule something like this out. So if Jonathan says he's coming back, let's look at things that led to his defeat. Security and the likes, a lot of things there. Let's look at Nigeria today. All these things, has it changed? Yes. Security, has it improved today? A lot of things that, like, when I was having a discussion with someone that he said there has been a lot of reforms under this, but I always say these things. Tinubu has been there more than 2 years now. The only thing left right now is politics, no governance anymore.
Nothing to change all of these things that
this is Nigeria, sir.
So the hunger cannot.
This is Nigeria, we all know. And even though from last year, the call for and the campaigning for 27 has begun since last year, which is even more faster than the way it always be. I think before
it should be it's supposed to be 2026.
Of course, but it's more like they've skipped that 2026 away. Like 2026 is not part of the calendar anymore.
Like once we jump into
we are jumping into 2027. It came so fast, and it actually shows that, and a lot of things has been coming on, and Mr. President also has been playing a lot of things that will favor him. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Jonathan coming back, and they believe that North will support him as well, because they believe he can't go more than one term anymore. That you only come and do one term. So they actually think bringing someone like this, or like Mr. Obi, which means I still believe that Mr. Obi is likely to come back to PDP. So unlike Mr. Obi that okay, he might actually says I want to go for 1 term, but actually there is no law that restricts him from going for 2nd term. So Jonathan, he can actually come back. We all know that he can't go back for another term after if eventually emerge the winner.
Someone said Peter Obi might eventually become a floater. That he will be floating, he will not know where to go because ADC he won't be able to go. Atiku would have taken that over. LP he will not be able to go back there because then they would have fielded someone else. PDP he might as well not be able to because if Jonathan comes back now, will Obi be contesting against Jonathan?
You know, I said it the other time. I said Obi is becoming and is acting more like a desperate politician these days. Maybe he needs to be schooled by some people to know that, you know, politics today, especially when he's playing it against the master strategist himself, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, he actually needs to step up his game. All this 1 term, you know, it's not gonna, it won't work. You understand me? It won't work. And me personally, I don't see Jonathan contesting in PDP. I don't see that man contesting.
Okay, you don't see it.
I don't see him. And this Obi that we are talking about, if Obi should eventually decide that he wants to come back to PDP, you know, he has a like of Wike to battle with. Wike is not going to contest for presidency, we all know. But you know, we know a lot of things that Wike has been saying about Peter Obi online in the past few days. That, you know, leave that one. Forget about that one. He has been saying a lot of things against him. And fine, we should not forget that Wike is actually working in APC cabinet right now.
Yeah.
And
he is more or less like an APC member.
It's more PDP. Like, yes, PDAPC that they have been saying online. PDAPC that they have been saying. You know, he's more likely is in APC. And we should not forget there has been an alliance between Wike and Makinde before when they formed this G5, and you know, though we heard recently that there's some rancor between them, which, you know, till today, Governor Seyi Makinde didn't respond to that allegation that Wike made against him.
Exactly.
They might have settled this thing on that. And if Wike is to choose between supporting Peter Obi and Makinde, he will support Makinde.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, because there has been an alliance between them before, and actually he's working for APC, and he knows that Seyi Makinde is no match for Tinubu. So definitely he will do anything to sabotage the victory of PDP at the expense for APC to win. So Obi might not see, he might not, you know, if Makinde decide that okay, I want to run, it might not be supported. All
right, let's take this call. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. Hello, good morning. Hello, are you there? Good morning. Hello. Okay, do try to call me back. I do call. Let's hear from you. 0702-520-1007. I still have Oluwasegun Akindele here, a public affairs analyst, and of course someone who has the love of Nigeria and is speaking from the heart. Before we leave the Jonathan story, there has been this story, these issues concerning the Constitution, that if Jonathan comes back to recontest, he might be breaching the Constitution because the Constitution states that you cannot be sworn in more than twice. And Jonathan has been sworn in when he actually finished Radua's tenure and his own tenure. Yes. So he has been sworn in twice. So meaning if he comes back again and wins, he'll be sworn in 3 times and he will be null and void. But let's take this call first. Hello, good. Okay. Please do call back, a drop call. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. So that if Jonathan mistakenly comes back, even if he wins, it will be null and void because he will not be able to be sworn in 3 times.
Okay. Well, this is
you take the oath, yes.
This is politics. If actually something like this we hinder Jonathan, we all know the man in Aso Rock today, and with a lot of his people that surrounds him, they will actually eat Jonathan hard with that. You all know they will. You know they will always look for that loopholes and lap to eat him. If actually this, because if Jonathan eventually thinks he wants to contest, it will be a major blocking stone for Tinubu. Sincerely, it will give Tinubu a run for his money. So in the bid for something like this, to curb something like this, everyone working for the president today will actually work on that loopholes. I think the lawyers and the those people that are in laws, they can actually interpret this more. But to me I actually believe that It's the first one they were talking about was actually that he completed someone's tenure. He wasn't voted into. Then he was voted alongside with someone. The death of someone, that person led to him being sworn in again as the president. He was not voted as the main person in the ballot. I might be wrong. The legal terms and the lawyers might actually try to give another meanings to, another definitions to this truly. But to me, I believe if all these things, if all this factor will be a blocking stone that will work against him, let's trust the man in Nassau Rock and the people that work for him. Will actually capitalize on this and work on it.
Okay, let's go to the one that concerns the children, and of course, they're the future of tomorrow. The future of Nigeria, the leaders of tomorrow, as they say. WAEC released results, and it was mass failure everywhere. English failure, and without English and maths, you're not going anywhere.
Of course.
So mass failure in English, mass failure in mathematics, and they said so many things happened. We saw how some people wrote exam with candles in some schools when that exam was going on, and it was actually that English and maths that some of them wrote under duress.
Yes.
So people have come out to say, especially parents and stakeholders, that WAEC should just cancel these results entirely and do something else. But WAEC is saying what we'll do is we'll see how to forestall future recurrence, and they are not denying the fact that there were actually hitches and all of that. Going through the results and all of this, for WAEC to even lock the portal, they close the portal now because of the attack and all of these things that people are saying about them. Should we now encourage all of us to stand up and say WAEC should just cancel these results entirely?
Well, we can't say they should cancel the results. When people begin to question the government agencies and a lot of institutions from the government, let's not forget it was JAMB few months ago, and that caption that JAMB was they used in trying to defend themselves, man proposed and God disposed. I still can't forget that phrase, and it still stick to my memory. I can remember I wrote a write-up on this. How could the government institution be blaming something that comes from you put it on God's doorstep? Why? When something like this come up, people might not be calling for the cancellation of these results. If the incident that happened, I think that was May 22, it happened first in Asaba.
Yes.
Before it eventually happened few days after in Ogun State and some other states, when they have to be writing their result at the exam at night. When these things happen, it's actually open room for people to to condemn them. We can't actually base the failure of this students more on JAMB alone and this certain incident that happened. But let's check the society today. A lot of things is wrong with our educational system. Let's be sincere with ourselves. A lot of things is wrong, especially that English and mathematics. Today, a lot of students believe that with AI, the use of AI has actually made a lot of students not to read anymore. And this issue of social media, TikTok and the likes, it has really affected. I was even surprised. Look at the cutoff that ASU and JAMB keep bringing every year. They keep bringing the cutoff down. I think at some point, if you want to enter into an institution, to be like if you have 300, you are still struggling to enter some institution.
Most definitely.
But today, I was seeing the cutoff for university 150, polytechnic 100. How did we get it? How exactly? No doubt, we have to blame WAEC as well. Yes, because the issue of this examination was not something that they just started overnight or they planned overnight. They've been planning this thing for a very long time. So that issues that happened then, and let's be sincere, is it every state that's certain incident? Is it every state that it happens? So we can't actually say the issue of failure is actually on that certain incident alone. But our parents today, morals is actually getting missing. That educational system is actually becoming deteriorating. Let's be sincere with ourselves. The use of AI, many people, a lot of people don't even do assignment, don't even know this secondary student alone. Even our institution. When you see a medical student actually doing examination with AI, are we not at risk in this Nigeria? When you see a law student actually going, we are not ruling the fact that this AI is there it's actually there to complement human's intelligence. But today, human being and a lot of students today, they've all based their You know, I was going through social media one day, and you know, someone was trying to seek for advice from someone, and I saw someone who was trying to advise that person. He actually was advising, the old advice he was giving to that person was copied
from AI.
How did it get here? From AI. He was advising someone from AI. You have to copy it. You know, when you get something from AI, there is something you will know that this thing is actually there. Everything that here was actually brought was actually there as well. He actually brought it down. How did we get here? No doubt the blame, we can blame WAEC for something they did, and this thing is actually becoming so common for education stuff these days. JAMB has done it, and now WAEC is doing it. But beyond this mistake of WAEC, something needs to be done. Social media, AI is actually making our students not really that effective. They're not really using that critical thinking anymore. It's actually affecting us today, especially TikTok today. You know, when you see students of like, when you see them that, okay, instead of going to school, and they still think they believe that education, they say education is the key. I think today they say, you know, maybe education is actually not the key anymore. Yes, it's a scam. You know, people don't believe that, okay, with going online, TikTok and the likes, you can make money. There's a lot of examples that there. We have the like of this young boy that is trending, Pella and co. You know, I think he actually went to only, he has just S3 result with him, and it's actually making more money. A lot of things today. Than professors. You know, there was a time he said he wanted to hire PhD as
masters holder,
as cameraman for 500,000. At the end of the day, he actually played on their intelligence. So there are a lot of factors today.
He used them for content.
So there are a lot of factors today that is actually even not making education attractive to our students anymore. And you know, when you believe that, okay, when you go to this school, even if I go to this school and I finish, after so many things, after the money I've spent, is there assurance that we even get a job? Even if I get that job, is there assurance that I'll get a better paying job? When you see people that are not even going to school that are making waves more than you, that you go to school, you'll be discouraged. So a lot of factor. The government has to do something, the parent has to do something. You know, we all have to do something here, and the student themselves, they have to do something. Everyone help those who help themselves.
What should the student do?
Everyone help those who help themselves.
Okay. And they are helping themselves with AI.
With AI. and we've seen the result today. We've seen the result today. Regardless of how you use AI, those people marking this thing, they will know this is AI. You know, something happened in my school few days, you know, Polytechnic Ibadan, you know. I think some people, when we actually doing some people.
Let me quickly, let's take this call before we keep the person holding. Hello, good morning. We'll continue from where. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Bosse from Ibadan.
Okay, Honorable Bosse, good morning.
Well done, sir.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
I really agree with him with all that he has said, especially on this our education sector. The unfortunate part of it and the most annoying thing is this result of the.
Hey, what's happening? The calls have been coming all this while, just dropping. But please try again, Honorable Bosse. Every Thursday we'll take it. Much more than the 9:30. So that is what we'll be doing now. All right, so keep the calls coming. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. Sorry, go ahead.
So there are some few of our colleagues, our students, that you know, they actually, when maybe during tests, they actually make use of this AI stuff, and you know, after finishing their ND, and they actually come back for HND.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. My name is Akin calling from Dubai.
Okay, it's good to have you.
Yes, I want to comment on the work result you are saying. But first, I love what the person talking said, that we are now experiencing politics, no governance again. And I think that is creeping into every sector in Nigeria, including our education. And that's what we are seeing in the work result we are seeing now. Because the educational system we run in Nigeria now, let's be sincere with ourselves, we are now putting a lot of burdens on school. Parents have lost their responsibility on their children. When we were growing up, our parents taught us a lot of things by themselves. How many parents actually know what their children are learning in school? They only go for open day, it's so-called open day, they may call it. So And our blame has always been on government, whereas we are not looking at where we've gotten it wrong. Yes, the work was done at night. Yes, this was done at night. The schools that our children are going, and many of us have taken time to go to see what are they doing there. How many teachers do they have? What is the mechanism of these teachers? Our so focus is on the public. And most of the students are going to private. They are siphoning us, collecting exuberant money. So and say curriculum of private school today, a lot of things have been included. They call entrepreneur, this. And at the time, I remember where I stayed at the point last year, the school was preparing for white. Just by the end of second term, they are not yet to with second term syllabus of SS2. So at the time we failed, the school will not come out to say they are at fault. The teachers that is not well paid or the teacher at fault will not come out is at fault. We will blame the government, we blame the exam body. It was done yesterday. Today it is white. Now we see something to hold on to. They write exam in the evening. Is that actually why these students fail? I know what is in AI. If they present the write-up of all the students that fail and want to be sincere there, everybody want their children's name to be publicized, and they read out. Are we not going to do something similar to what they are doing? Engineers now go to exam hall to even collect money from school to cheat.
Exactly.
So that's where we should go and look for first. Not this result. Why are we failing?
Why are we
not
failing?
The government now. Why are we failing? What's the role of the schools our children are going? What are the proprietors doing? The government has their own role to play. We also have our own role to play. If I'm paying 200,000 and I don't know what they do in the school where my children is going, they only told me they know how to do it. I was talking with a parent yesterday. He said that they know how the pandemic can in their school to be getting the 3. Imagine a statement with that from a parent. So I think it is, I will totally agree with the guest, we are only politicking everything in Nigeria now. Everybody, we are playing a blame game. Nobody wants to take responsibility for anything again. The children are afraid they failed. Yes. There's nothing we can do. We can't say because students failed this year. What has been there for how many years now should be cancelled. The result has never been cancelled before. But some people said they write white 6-7 times before they pass. Did they clamor for cancelling that time? So I think the high time is we should identify our problem. I'm tired of this blame game. And about Jonathan coming, the rules may be there. It's like a family, if the husband is doing well, the wife will not think of going. So I think the current government also have their own lapses. And that's why those that are out thinking of coming back. The economic is not good. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Those that are doing well are doing well. But is everybody? So we should look front and back and stop playing politics over everything. Our human nature, the sense of responsibility. Let's go back to community politics if we want to do it. Those that are up there started from somewhere. Yes.
Right.
The ballet that becomes king today was once a ballet, was once a father. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I mean, he touched on everything we talked about this morning, from the Jonathan, from education, of course, to politics. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm also calling back.
Sorry about the initial one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, like I was saying earlier, it's so disheartening to have such results from our people. And it's not something new to have it in news that there was leakage of examination. And that was what occurred this year and eventually still led to the massive failure of those students. Now, I would have advised that the federal government should please rise to whatever they can do whatever they can do in order to ensure that such occurrence does not repeat itself by next year, when those children will be writing the exams again. And then on the other hand, if there's anything I can do, because we saw that JAMB still tried to make amends when those students wrote their own JAMB this year in Nigeria. If there's any way they can make amends as well in order to ensure that the students can rewrite the exam, maybe it would have been better. And if they can't, then let's work by next year and get better. Then the task should be more on the federal government, because if schools have CBT centers, I believe it would have been far better and would have helped the education sector in public schools and even some private schools that can afford it. But for public schools, there's nothing that should hinder our public secondary schools from having CBT centers. It's not like the money is not there in Nigeria. If they can lavish money on the sports of Nigeria, then they should be able to lavish money on also education, because we all know the value of education in Nigeria. Not just Nigeria alone. Education is the bedrock of the nation.
Definitely.
So if education is not being seen as the bedrock of the nation, then they are trying to kill education in Nigeria, and then illiteracy, in fact, will lead to something else which we don't desire. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, in terms of politics in Nigeria, I still wish we can have the leaders like Baba Obasanjo and President Jonathan, because the days of President Jonathan was when we were installing CBT into some schools then in the north, and it didn't continue in the days of President Muhammadu Buhari and now in this current administration. And that is what we are seeing resulting to what is happening now. Because if we have something like that, then our students will not be going to be saying they are going to write hard copy with hard copy. If it's on soft copy, then I believe it would have been hard or difficult for them to access such a portal or where they would be able to have the exams. So these are things that the Ministry of Education should rise to and do the needful, and the federal government especially. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Bosse. I mean, I love my honorables. They are touching on all of the things that we have touched. The calls, plenty of calls coming through. Hello, good morning.
My honorable speaker, good morning, sir.
Honorable Yewale, it's good to have you, sir.
Thank you so much. From my own point of view, it's my own.
Yes.
Maybe it is the collaboration between the Ministry of Education and JAMB to fail students this year so that there won't be much intake.
JAMB or WAEC?
I mean WAEC. So that there won't be much intake. Because when you don't have your WAEC paper, you won't be admitted. So in order to reduce the year, so that even if you are 17, the number of intake will be reduced. Because if not, why should failure be so rapid like that?
Wow.
It's too much. It's too much. God will help us.
Amen.
Yeah, on article, Obi, sorry. Maybe, as you said, that Obi is trying to play game. Maybe he has forgotten that he's playing game with a master strategy of game.
Of course.
The present president. Anyway, if Obi is saying that he just need only 1 year, and he may mean it, meaning that if he gets to the power, he will push it to the House, the Red Chamber, and the Green Chamber, to make it a law that once in good time, either of 4 year or 5 year or 6 year, and the thing will start from him. But those people that will approve it for him,
they will never.
He may not read their mind. They may reject it for him. In that wise, yes, he may not halt for second term. But presently, he may mean it that he won't stay more than 1 term in office. So if that is his plan and it works out for him, very good. Then on Jonathan, I will have advised Jonathan not to contest. Presently, not to contest at all. He should wait after Baba Tinubu finish his own tenure. Because Baba Tinubu will, someone of his cabinet said that there is no vacancy in Aso Rock, even in 2027. So for Baba Tinubu to leave that Aso Rock in 2027, I'm looking at it as don't let me say something impossible.
There's nothing impossible.
Thank you so much, Honorable Yewale. Thank you so much. We are running out of time now. Of course, we need to go to the Melody Surprise segment of the show this morning. Yes, before I let Olusegun Akindele leave this morning, all right, on the last lap, looking through all of these, from politics to education, we've looked at all of this morning. Where is the way? Do we have a headway in Nigeria?
Well, you have to be sincere with ourselves. There was a day I actually went to see one of my clients, and he told me, like, it's so unfortunate this kind of generation that you people came to this Nigeria. Let's be sincere. Let's look from our president that have been coming for years. Has there been any changes? The only changes I can say, the only president I can say we see little changes was Yar'Adua, and it was not here for a very long time. So if you are not being very careful, having this change that we pray for might be something that will be difficult. This is it. Generations to come that they are saying they are the future of tomorrow. These are the same kind of generation we are talking that they are having mass failure in mathematics and English. And they are this same generation we are talking about that will come and rule Nigeria in years to come. If you look at the kind of generations and the kind of people that we are breeding for this position of leadership tomorrow that can bring this change that we want. Let's look at when the foundation is destroyed, what can it righteous?
In fact, presently, even Falana said the people who are running politics in Nigeria are touts and criminals. He made that strong statement yesterday. Anyway, we'll have other days to talk about that and much more, because I know there will be reactions to that statement by Baba Falana yesterday.
You mentioned our governor as well.
Thank you so much, Oluwasegun Akindele, for coming through this morning. We'll have more of him on the show. We'll be having to look at issues in Nigeria on the People's Assembly. Thursday edition, we'll be doing this and much more on all the days as well. Thank you so much, Ego.
So glad to be here this morning.
For coming through. We appreciate you. All right, let's go to the Melody Surprise segment of the show now. Let's celebrate those celebrating this beautiful morning.
Hey, when I give these keys, homeboy, don't move my car, man. I'm right in the front, you dig? Don't move my shit, man. Ho, baby, what's your name? Go, girl, it's your birthday. Open wide, I know you're thirsty. Say and we don't buy no drinks at the bar. Pop champagne, cause we got that dough. Let me hear you say you want me say Hi, man. I'm right in the front, you dig? Don't move my shit, man. Ho, baby, what's your name? Hi, man. I'm right in the front, you dig? Don't move my shit, man. Ho, baby, what's your name? Go, girl, it's your birthday. Open wide, I know you're thirsty. Say and we don't buy no drinks at the bar. Pop champagne, cause we got that dough. Let me hear you say
Most definitely say, it's your birthday. Go, girl, it's your birthday. Who am I talking about this morning? Let me celebrate my girl before from way back. Yeah, my girlfriend before. I'm talking about Mary. Yeah. Obiageri. Mary Obiageri Aku. It's her birthday today. Talking about Obiageri Igboanulam. That was her full name, Mary Obiageri Aku Igboanulam. Yes, it's our birthday today, 7th of every August is our birthday. Happy birthday, Mary. Celebrating you this morning. Happy birthday, long life in good health and prosperity. Wishing you the very best of this beautiful age of yours, this beautiful day. Happy birthday, Mary. Good morning. Happy birthday to you. To other people celebrating today as well, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. We're celebrating all of you. That's why we do it every day, celebrating you. If your birthday it falls on this day, happy birthday to you. We're going to have a drink for you today. Happy birthday to you. Chidi Onwa, it's your birthday today as well. Happy birthday. Of course, Ezenwa Christopher, is your birthday as well. Happy birthday. Kenneth Ogene Yore, all the way Delta State, happy birthday as well. Of course, not forgetting Philip Ike Chuku, Iduji Chuku, the Destiny is your birthday as well. Of course, Once D is also your birthday. Happy birthday to all of these people. God bless your new ages. Wishing you long life in good health and prosperity from all of us. Melody 100.7 FM. We wish you a very beautiful celebration. God bless your new ages. Let's begin to roll out now this morning on the show. It's been an awesome morning. Thank you very much for being part of the show. The first Thursday in the 8th month of the year. Next one will be on the 14th. Of course, so many beautiful things. So many beautiful things to talk about. Let me be going now. I'll be back on the cruise show later tonight. Don't snooze so you don't lose. Big up to Adenike Adesoye, Amos, Marcos. My name is Pretty. Of course, not forgetting Bam Bam as well. The sports Bam Bam. The finest is here. Don't forget, keep it that locked right here. Follow us on all socials, Melody 107 FM. Melody 107 FM on all platforms. Of course, follow me at Pretty the Finest at Degoki on all platforms. Pretty the Finest at Degoki. I'll see you on the next one. Keep your dialogue right here. Tomorrow is Baba Authority's birthday. So happy birthday in advance to Baba Authority. Yeah, the principal of Lightway Media, owners of Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, Melody 107.7 FM Lagos, of course Aria 100.5 FM. God bless your new age, sir. Tomorrow is his birthday. It's a new year for him. Every 8th of August, 8/8. It's a big celebration. So we have enough time to still say happy birthday to Baba. Watch out for our content where we celebrate Baba on our platforms this beautiful day and of course ahead of tomorrow. God bless Baba Authority. God bless his new age. Of course, may his ministry continue to expand more and the coast continue to be very, very large. So happy birthday in advance to Baba Authority Prophet Adebayo Samuel Ujo. I'll see you on the next one. Keep your head up. Amaro here. As I rise right now, Oroy Lou is coming with MC Swagger. Hopefully. I'm out of here. See you on the next one.